Welcome back, everybody. Mike Wood here. I want to give you hopefully share some insights. And this video is something that it came to me last night, actually, and I decided not to get up in the night and do it, but hoped that I would still have the inspiration today, and I do. So, bear with me. I'm going to take you on a journey, and we're going to talk about some treasure. Okay, thanks for sticking around. Let's get into this and give you a little, well, let me just share with you some thoughts I had, okay? So we're going to start with drawing our baseline. We all have a beginning point when we start on our journey. So this is my beginning point, where I'm starting my life. I get married. I'm happy to have her helping me here, and so I'm starting to begin this journey. Okay, and just shortly after we got married, I started to go to college and do some computer technical training and learning a little bit about computer sciences and stuff at a technical college. And so I start that process, and we begin the whole upward movement here. But then we run into a little bit of a hiccup, stopping point there, because it's expensive, and I can't justify continuing the technical college and racking up all this debt and being able to take care of my family at the same time. And so I dropped out of college. And shortly after that, through a little bit of networking, I found a job, and everything was looking up, right? And so I've got this job that is actually computer tech support, software and hardware, right along the lines of what I was studying. And it wasn't long in this job, and I realized that I was at the same place as those who completed all of that technical training and got their diplomas and whatever, and all of the debt, not just some of the debt. And I found that really interesting. While I was here at this job, I had another little increase, and I found out about eBay. And I kind of hung out there a bit, and I used eBay, and I worked with it and saw that there's some potential there. I can make a little money on the side. And that's all I looked at it as, a little bit of money on the side. So I started working with eBay, and I just continued, and I just hung out there at that job a bit. I didn't move very far. I wasn't going, I wasn't looking to grow or anything. I just kind of hung out there. Now there might have been a little bit of growth, here and there, but for the most part, I was just kind of there. Okay, continued doing eBay, but then I received a year or two later, I received another opportunity that doubled my income, and it came at a very fortuitous time when we really needed the increase in income. And I believe this was when we had bought a house, my son was born, and my wife quit her job. And I got this new job that, little did I know, would change a lot in my life. And so from there, I felt like, I've got the eBay stuff that I learned. I've got this better job. Things are kind of smooth sailing. And I just, I learned what I could learn, and I found that during this job, I was improving the eBay stuff. Now, eBay had kind of gone on to the over here on the side, and it was always a side thing. And I had it over here. It was an option, but it was a side thing, right? And so I had eBay on the side, but here I am focusing on this job. Well, I continued learning in the job, and what I found was that job was helping me build up and grow side businesses. And in fact, I was teaching people about their side business opportunities. And so what I found was that the side businesses weren't necessarily just side businesses. They were potentially my golden goose. Now, if you know the story of the golden goose, it wasn't the goose that was gold. And as I lay in bed last night, this is what came to my mind, and I sat there trying to go to sleep and started thinking, and my mind's going, and I'm thinking about what I can share with you guys and how I can help you grow, and this came into my mind. And so here I am thinking about eBay as the golden goose. And there are other side businesses that I've done on the time, but eBay's been the big one. But it was off here to the side. It wasn't something that I focused on. It wasn't my main focus. But anytime I was in need, anytime I needed a little extra, I lost my job, which happened several times, guess where I went? I went over here to the golden part of things, which was eBay. Okay? And so what I found was I had this golden goose opportunity. And I didn't see it as that. Like I said, I wasn't thinking back then about a golden goose. I wasn't thinking of eBay as a golden goose. It just came to me last night. But over the years, I have seen the value of it, and I've seen the huge benefit that it's been to my family. And so the reason the goose came into my mind, I believe, is not just because, hey, it's this opportunity, but this new job that I got, the industry that I've been in for 2 decades now, was teaching people how to find their golden goose, how to take care of their golden goose, so that their golden goose would provide, or their goose rather, right, would provide lots of golden eggs. That they could find the potential. And so the great benefit to this was I needed to do this myself. And so I was able to grow my business and learn more about especially the online world. Did some real estate business as well and worked in that, but eBay was always there. And then the day came, and I won't go into all the details, but the day came when I lost that job. So here I am now without a job. I recognized the potential and the value, but my wife wasn't quite so sure. And she had a lot of this. So the golden goose is the creativity. Positive outlook, right? Growth, all these opportunities. And I'm just going to put up here creation, because we can create what we want to create, okay? And so that's what we had here is the golden goose. And so I've lost my job here, but what do we have? We have worry and doubt. And I felt a bit of this too. I'm not going to blame this all on my wife. In fact, blame is a very, very dangerous emotion to work with, a dangerous thought pattern that'll do just as bad. In fact, we'll put that over here. Can you see the creation? can you see the creativity? We can't see that when we have worry, doubt, blame, fear of any kind, because the fear takes over and makes a mess of everything. Okay? And so that's what I had happen. And so I searched for another job. I got another job. Well, guess what? That other job was a similar situation of teaching people about their golden goose. A little more flexible, which I really needed, because then I started spending more time on my own business, developing the curriculum to teach others about their golden goose. Okay? Well, the day came when I lost that job. Things happened, and it was gone. Again, at this point, I had built this up enough. I knew the potential here. I had grown my eBay to where I could do more income with it than what I was doing with the job of teaching others. Okay? And so I was back to the creativity standpoint. In fact, I jumped right into it headlong. My business was doing well. I'd learned so much. I loved the creation. And so I jumped into the creativity. And I started growing my business. And indeed, I was making more at my eBay business than I was at the job that I had just lost. However, worry. It was hard to convince my wife, who has lived her life, believing that a job is what you do, and it's the best way to do life, and it's important, and we've got to have a job, right? And so that worry crept in again, and that brought doubt with it. Even though I was pulling in more money with my golden goose than I was teaching people about the golden goose. So again, I'm trying to be careful here not to cast blame, because what actually was happening was I accepted these. I allowed this doubt, this worry. I gave away my power. And I let those emotions and those concerns come in and take control of my life. And so I searched for another job. And got a job, again, similar stuff, but not teaching people. Now, I was in charge of a very large golden goose. It was my responsibility to take care of somebody else's golden goose. Well, when I got this job, I could see early on that this company was not sticking around. They weren't going to last. In fact, I don't know why they hired me. That's how I felt at the time. I looked at it and I thought, you shouldn't have hired me. You guys are struggling. You're in the red. You're not profitable. And I knew it wasn't going to last. So this was midway through the year, and I'm stressing because I've got to take care of somebody else's golden goose now. I'm doing all their marketing and their SEO, and trying to take care of them and keep them happy and keep their goose happy. And my goose was, all my golden eggs were off on the side again. Wasn't doing much with it, but I saw the writing on the wall, so to speak. And I knew that it wasn't going to last. That job was going away soon. And so I started thinking about what more I could do. I started using that creativity and thinking about and energetically and spiritually creating a new product. And it took 2 years. And during that time, I had to put some effort over here into my eBay side of business so that I could have the funds to design and test and do all of the development for the ViperSharp product. Well, 2 years went by, and during that time, of course, that job fell away. I got another job, back to my old job actually, was able to come back and on that second one where I was teaching people about their golden goose, all the time growing mine and working on the Viper Sharp. And during that time, there was a lot of doubt, a lot of worry. My wife wasn't happy with what I was doing. She didn't see it as advantageous. She had trouble with envisioning like I do all the time. And so that doubt and that fear and that worry was always there. But I remembered, I started learning here, I didn't have to give away my power. And so I pushed through it, and it was a difficult time because she didn't agree with what I was doing, and I felt like this was a positive thing and I could make something of this. And so I pushed through. Well, after a couple of years, I was able to do the work needed and launch that, and it was work, guys. It was hard work. But I was able to raise $42,000 in a month's time on Kickstarter for Viper Sharp. Well, all of a sudden, this constant doubt that covered up our creativity, constant worry and fear, started to dissipate. I'd proved myself. And she recognized, okay, there's value here. Now, it went through some rough times at the end of the year, through Thanksgiving and Christmas due to some delays. And, that was a rough year for both of us. And she wasn't happy that I was working so hard during those vacation times. But in the end, it was quite a blessing for us. And I'm grateful for it. And I truly do believe that it was a blessing, that it was inspiration, that God led me and helped me understand what I needed to do for the design of that product. Now, that's not because the product is something that is going to give him glory, but it was something that I wanted, that I was working on, that I needed answers to, and he helped me with those answers. I will never apologize for giving the glory to God, because that's where all that I have comes from. So, moving forward a little bit, we started that. We got the Viper Sharp going, and then built that. But I always kept the eBay, and I've always had eBay going on the side. And there came a time, and it was around this same time, I think, when I was developing the Viper Sharp product. During those years, 2 or 3 years there, I really allowed the creativity. This is what we need for growth. It's not about the product. It isn't. It's about creativity. It's about allowing creative mindset, about building, growing, developing creative mindset. You learn the techniques, you learn the strategies, and then you get off of that idea that you have to find the right product, create the right product. But there are multiple products out there, and that's what I found as I continued doing this. I had Viper Sharp, and that was a great product. But then I started seeing, hey, there are other things I can do with eBay. And I started finding products within eBay that I could work with. And I was doing a lot more of the surplus liquidation stuff with eBay, and started looking at thrift stores a little bit more. The more I did those things, the thrift stores, the surplus, the more I did that, the more I saw, because I was getting out, I was looking at options, I was researching everything, and every little thing I saw, I looked at that and said, well, what can I do with that on eBay? Where can I find it? What other things can I find? And that creativity right there led me to product after product after product. And I continue to develop products now. What we have to remember is we don't kill the golden goose. We don't stop and settle somewhere, but we nourish it. We feed it. We care for it. And if we do that with an eBay business or any business, honestly, but if you allow the creative thought, if you keep working on building that creative thought, that creativity, that creation that is within all of you, if you do that and make that your focus, that's where true success comes. Now, I don't know what success is going to be for you, but what I know is when you focus on that creativity, when you recognize the gold that's coming from your goose, and you care for it, and you develop it, and you enhance that, good things will come. Now, for me, my source is always God. It's always coming from that inspiration that I receive from my Heavenly Father and from my Savior Jesus Christ. And I can't see any other way to think about life. That's what life is about. That's what we're here for. And so I give Him the glory. He has inspired me with this thought, with the creativity, with the products, with all the ideas, and how to implement them and how to treat my customers in the most advantageous, most correct way, so that they will be happy with what I'm providing. So that was my thought. There gives you a little bit one approach to the background of my journey. I hope to share more with you. If you would like to have some one-on-one coaching or some personal or group coaching, let me know. You can leave it in the comments. You can email me, Mike. Let's do Mike at mycoachmike.com. Okay? And send me an email if you would like to learn a little bit about what we can do for building your own business, developing your own golden goose. I'd love to help you. Please subscribe, like the video. Have a great day.